Bottlenecks. Easily identify bottlenecks in your projects with Monday. With Bottlenecks, you can track and identify blockers in your projects. Define custom thresholds to identify dragging items. Identify best performers from average task completion times. Let's see how Bottlenecks works and its features. Let's see how to install Bottlenecks. First, visit Bottlenecks website and click Add to Monday button. With just 2 clicks, you can easily install Bottlenecks to your account. Now let's see how to add Bottlenecks board view. Once you're in the board, visit View Center. Then scroll down to Account Apps section and add Bottlenecks widget. When you first open Bottlenecks with 0 configuration, a summary of each individual item is displayed in a timeline view. All items are grouped as in table view. Here you can see the item name, assignee column, and the total duration each item is taken until now or done. You can see a detailed description of each state by hovering over. The item lead 1 was in the unassigned column for 30 minutes and it was started on the 28th of November. Then it was in the call state for 1 minute, send an email state for 3 minutes, meeting state for 4 minutes, follow-up state for 3 minutes and finally changed to 1 state, and it's the current state of the item. Here, won and lost states are the final states of an item, which mark them as done. You can configure done colors, to see an accurate picture of the lifespan of an item. Then by hovering over the check mark, you can see the item done date and time. Most of the times, you don't need to analyze the unassigned state. You can exclude the unassigned state from the calculations, to see a clear picture. You can define custom threshold durations, to identify bottlenecks easily in the UI. You can set thresholds as percentages, days, hours or minutes. Let's set a threshold for 8 minutes. The UI will indicate all the states which took longer than 8 minutes. This way you can identify which task has bottlenecks and who is responsible for it. You can play with different threshold values. Setting the 0 will clear out the current threshold indication. You can switch between different assignee columns in your board. Having an assignee column is not mandatory to work with bottlenecks. You can sort the items according to the task completion times. You can also switch between different status columns in your board. Each state column will have different exclude and done color mappings. Bottlenecks will remember these mappings once set. On the bottom of the screen, you can see a summary of all states across the board and how long each state took to complete. By clicking on a state, you can view a detailed breakdown of that state per each item. With sorting, you can see which items took longer time periods and shorter time periods. You can also switch between time and percentage modes by clicking on this switch. The timeline can be drawn either in time scale or as a percentage scale, which reflect the impact of an item comparing to the whole board. By clicking on an item, you can open the Edit dialog. You can also use the inbuilt Monday filters to filter out any data, and Bottlenecks will only show you the filtered items. Best performers. Bottlenecks can show you the best performers in each done state. These rankings are calculated based on the average task completion times, assuming a task is assigned for the same assignee in its lifespan. Each done state can have different rankings. The number of tasks that involved for each ranking are shown with their respective times. So why are you waiting? Visit dreamteam.website/bottlenecks to get started.